Oh, crumb. I suppose this is it. That water is approaching awfully quickly. I've never cared for water, not since I fell off that ship. We were out in the Acacian Sea, and one thing led to another with too many bottles of rum, and, well, I floated by myself for 13 days. I can't see the bottom of the water. I suppose that's partially a good thing, since I don't want it to be too shallow. Then again, not being able to see the bottom is so spooky. Well, Drogar, old chap, brace yourself. Here comes the splash. I thought for certain I was almost all the way down. Goodness, I've been falling for ages. How high up was that log? I suppose I have some more time to reminisce about.
Hey Dungeoneers, thanks so much for joining us for another episode of the Strahdcast. If you like what we do here, remember to follow us on YouTube or subscribe via your favorite podcast app to get notified every time we release new episodes. Thanks again, and take your listen with advantage.
Starting on Monday, January 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, we will be streaming Goon Files, a Delta Green adventure set in 1995 Philadelphia, featuring Ned in the GM chair. While you get excited about the spookiness to come, you can binge our other two mini-campaigns, Madness and Mercy and Death House, right now on our YouTube channel. Prepare to roll some sanity checks.
When last we left our heroes, the hunt was on. Navigating the dangers of the forest with the pack hot on their tails, our heroes found themselves surrounded on a log over a raging river. A fierce battle ensued, with Artemis showing his prowess battling in this forested arena. Drogar, however, lost his footing and tumbled into the rapids below. With Drogar being washed away and an angry pack breathing down their necks, what will our heroes do? Find out now on the Strahdcast. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Shuffle off this mortal coil and transport yourselves to the far, foggy realm of Barovia. That is going to bring us to Winnie.
What the fuck? Well,
I don't even know what to say.
Sorry.
The Cairn begins. So you see this huge wolf tackle Drogar, Winnie. Both of them go tumbling over the side, slamming into the water below. What do you want to do?
oh my god. I'm gonna get up from prone, I guess.
Yes, yeah, you're not surrounded by, there are no more wolves by you.
And Winnie crawls out. She's scrambling out onto the tree.
Yeah.
And looks at Kaz. And just in a panic, I don't know what to do.
Trust your instincts. What do you want to do?
She scrambles out over the log, takes one look at Kaz, and what does she see when she looks down? Like Drogar is being whisked rapidly down.
Yeah, his head like pops back. You see his head pops back up above the water, and the direwolf also being swept along in the current, like it's just taking them away.
I jump.
Okay, all right, you do so.
I just jump. I look at Kaz, and I turn and see and I look back at Kaz, and I jump.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the water.
Okay.
When he's in the drink.
Oh boy. Well, there goes my plan.
I love this game! I love this game! Okay,
Oh,
anything
my
else, Winnie?
goodness.
Is there anything else I can do? Spiritual weapon is still up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to, you can move it. You still have your action, whatever you want to do.
As I'm kind of jumping, can I try and use it to bonk?
Attack one of these,
Bonk that last guy who's with Kaz, off the side.
That doesn't with a weapon.
You won't be able to push it off the side, but you can attack it.
Okay, I'll attack that one. 15, okay, as I'm going, 15 to hit on that one, and it takes...
Out of the box.
7 force damage.
On the wolf? Okay.
On the wolf nearest Kaz.
Yeah, it slams down and it remains standing, but it looks weakened.
As I fall off the side and splash into the water.
It's not good. It's not good. Anything else, Winnie?
That's it.
All right, that is going to bring us to Drogar. You are in the drink.
What the fuck?
Start of your turn, you are going to get taken 40 feet away.
Oh,
you and the direwolf both. So you are out here. What do you want to do?
Okay, what is around me? Is there
the river?
Is there an edge? Is there like a bank?
A river.
You want to try to swim to the bank and see if you can latch onto something?
I want to see what the bank shows me.
Is
there anything?
It's like a gorge, you know, so it's like a canyon. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
You look to your left, there's water. You look to your right, more water.
I'm going to.
Water, down,
I'm actually
water.
going to swim and meet up with Winnie. I'm going to swim towards Winnie.
Is there
across
any
the
way
river.
he would have even seen me go in?
I would have heard a.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think he could see
Yeah.
you go in.
That's a
Okay.
a
All right.
60-foot drop? I would have
So
heard a swoosh.
swimming along. There has already been a huge amount. Like you've been running through the forest now. So give me an athletics check.
Sure.
Whew.
Swimming is tough, especially in rushing water.
It's not going to do.
Oh my gosh.
That's like a 7, maybe.
All right, you can move freely, Drogar. You're gonna take a level of exhaustion.
Fuck.
Take your dice back.
The first level exhaustion is not bad. I think it's just disadvantage on like
Everything.
checks. No. Disadvantage on ability checks.
I'll take it, because he would go to Winnie.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, that's also gonna be. I'm gonna count that as an attack of opportunity. Which 14 will miss?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you begin swimming through the river, but you're like, it's just not. Yeah, you're starting to get tired, Drogar. Okay. Anything else?
So that's my movement.
Yeah.
And then he'll roll his eyes back, and Valandril will attack the one that is right here. Is that too far?
Sure. No, that's fine.
40
That's fine.
feet.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. I'll allow it.
Taking my dice back.
Please do.
Natural 20.
Send it away.
Wow, can I have that die?
Yeah.
Which one are you attacking? 6 or
Just pass
5?
that one
Five.
around.
We all only roll
Let's just
that.
all roll on that die.
Team die?
That's going to be 14 points.
How's it happen?
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
just
God.
The mace just like goes through the abdomen, and like the force of it just impacts part of the abdomen out of the wolf, and it just
It's gone. Yeah.
falls in half.
And so you start making your way towards Winnie. You can't get all the way there because it swept you along.
And I'm going to
Anything
say
else,
that with
Drogar?
that. I'm going to say with that last action and the speed that I'm moving away, that Valandril dissipates.
Sure,
I don't
fine.
think I can
No,
hold
that's
that
great.
concentration.
Because the range
Right.
is 60, so next
Yeah.
turn you won't be
So
able
it's
to
like,
use it. So that's fine. You also, so Drogar, you're swinging. Also, Pasha is like, with his little bat wings, like hovering over your head as you make your way through the
At
water.
least you got Pasha with
This
you.
is exciting!
Oh, boy.
Anything else, Drogar?
Is it? Yeah.
All right, Kaz, you're up.
Okay. Well, Kaz's whole plan has just gone to shit. I want to grab that last wolf, leap off the edge, aiming for land, and use it to break my fall.
So like slide down the bank with it like a surfboard?
I mean, sure.
Just use it as a pillow to break.
Give me a grapple check.
I had not imagined sliding coming into that at
Well,
all.
so the embankment is like it's like a little bit of an angle. So
I don't
In that
think
case,
Kay
yes.
cares whether there's a damage from falling.
In that case, no, I don't. I was
Yeah,
going
give me a
to
grapple
leap
check.
off. All right, in that case, I'm going to surf a wolf. Mm-hmm. Grapple check, we say. So athletics, that's bastard 20.
Yes.
yeah, that'll succeed. So yeah,
Okay.
you just pick it up. What do you want to do?
I grab this thing, I hurl myself off the edge, aiming for land, and I just maneuver it under my feet, and I'm just going to use this wolf to break
The
my
idea
fall.
being though to end up in the river.
The idea being well, is there a bank? Is there an embankment?
It's really steep. No, it like once you get to the water line, it's just in a gorge, so there's no like embankment.
Then yeah, in the river.
Great. Give me an athletics check.
Okay. Bastard 20 again.
Excellent. So it's gonna take your fall damage.
Sweet.
3.
Cassie, tsunami.
Yeah, which just you feel it crunch against the side of the wall, and it falls dead. But yeah, you slide down without taking fall damage, Kaz, and you make your way into the water below.
Okay, this is going to mean the dash action. Can I be? So I want to.
Well, grappling would be an action.
Yeah, but right, because I have what's it called? It's I can take the dash as a bonus action on my turn.
Fantastic.
Because Path of the Totem Warrior.
Fantastic.
So I'm like, I'm
you
trying
start
to sprint
swimming
off. Yeah.
Towards Drogar or Winnie?
I'm gonna say Drogar. He's farther gone, and then
don't worry about me.
But then maybe we can catch Winnie as she rushes to meet us.
Okay. Anything else, Kaz?
Nope.
That's gonna bring us to the wolves. There are only 2 more left entangled. Both will break out, but they're just gonna run.
Oh, okay.
This wolf will also run. That'll bring us back to the top of the order. Artemis, what do you want to do? All of your friends are in the river.
Okay. Can I take a shot at that guy? No.
Sure, at the dire wolf?
Yeah. So I'll save my spell slots. Yeah, I'm just gonna rip a normal shot. Sick, that's a natural 1.
No!
And I'll take another shot. Okay, and that is a 16.
That'll hit.
Okay. 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. How's it happen?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow!
And then, so I imagine this thing's like kind of
it's like doggy paddling. Yeah,
So I just see like really its head, and I just go like right between the eyes, like just.
And it just sinks beneath the waves.
And then I start making my way to try to help Drogar get out of the river.
Making your way along the bank?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay. So sort of following along the bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great. Yeah, you make your way off. Anything else?
That's it. Sasha's coming with me. Well, I'll actually tell Sasha kind of to keep an eye out for more wolves that way.
Sort of to the side?
Yeah, and then I'll head down and try to help Drogar.
That's all the wolves. That's going to take us out of combat, but...
Goodness.
Good work, guys. That was
Jesus
tense. That was
Murphy.
tense.
That was fun.
Tense. Yeah, that was tense. Drogar, Kaz, and Winnie, you are being swept along by the swiftly rushing current of the mountain river. Artemis keeping pace up like 40 feet above on the gorge cliff above. What are we trying to do?
Drogar is continuing to swim to Winnie, and as each time his head goes above the water, he goes, Winnie!
Oh.
To me!
Yeah, I think I'm so light that I'm being whipped along like twice as fast.
Could I cast Entangle and kind of try to catch
from the
them?
ground. Yeah,
Okay, could
I
it
don't
come
think
from
so.
like under the river?
No, I don't
Shoot
think
out
so.
some seaweed.
Yeah, I think I'm like...
Although...
So are the three of you like trying to kind of come together,
I
make a
was
raft?
trying to catch
you
Drogar.
could try to do it like from the side wall of the embankment.
Potentially. You're trying to get Winnie.
can try it if you
You're trying
want.
to get Winnie. I'm trying to get both of you. Like,
I was trying to keep eyes on Drogar, but admittedly, I think that as light as I am, I think I'm getting tumbled and I'm losing track of everybody.
Give me everyone gives me an athletics check.
I am strong and I'm angry.
Drogar, that's going to be with advantage because you have a level of exhaustion. So Artemis, that's going to be for you for like keeping up with folks from above. The rest of you is struggling against the tumult of the river.
Yeah, so I'll be looking for like any way I can like get down, like grab a branch or something and reach a hand out,
It's really far down. It's like 40 feet. It's like a 40-foot drop to the surface of the
there's
water.
any way I can,
Is that a straight roll?
at some point,
Athletics
get an
check.
entangle out there, anything to help them is like, I guess what I'm looking for.
Sure,
Or
okay, all right, we'll get
I'm
there.
looking to help.
Wow.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay,
Can
athletics
I get a
checks.
help roll?
Athletics checks.
It wasn't
22?
good.
So
Great.
this wouldn't have changed anything in the battle, but I totally forgot that while I'm raging, I get advantage on strength saving throws, which should have made me even all the more easily throw those wolves over the log. That said, I remembered for this one, and I'm gonna give a shout out to D of D Fun and Games for the 2 dice.
Yes.
The 2 dice that she has given me that just rolled a 16 and a 17.
Yes.
For my advantage, so that's a 17 plus 8.
Great, Drogar.
That is a 14.
So, Kaz, you begin powerfully churning your way through the water, and Winnie, the current sweeps you along at such a pace that you kind of just like get into a groove of like following it
I'm floating a little bit.
towards Drogar, and you and Kaz meet up. But as you kind of come to triangulate your position with Drogar, he just slips beneath the water. Drogar, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god! Oh my fucking god!
An old man in a river! Constitution
An old
saving throw,
man?
baby.
An old man down by the river.
That is a natty 18 on the die.
Okay, great.
Nice.
And so as you two kind of like come up upon him and he slips below the river, there's a moment of panic as he disappears. What do we do?
I'm trying to like hold Winnie above the water. Like I've got you by like the scruff of the neck, like keeping you above, keeping your mouth, keeping your breathing orifices above the surface. And I'm gonna try to see if I can reach down with my other arm and get something of Drogar.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you kind of like, so you're kicking your legs furiously, Kaz, holding Winnie aloft. The other arm searching around frantically, and you get this feeling in the pit of your stomach, like dread begins to set in. You're like, oh my god! And then at the last second, you just like one of his claws like brushes your finger, and the two of you scramble, and you pull Drogar back up above the water. Artemis, you manage to keep pace for a time, but as the river continues, the current starts getting faster and faster and faster.
Let me guess. We're headed towards a huge waterfall.
Yep.
Sharp rocks at the bottom?
Yep.
Yep.
Bring it on. DM, before we even get to that point, Drogar, and once he grabs Kaz's arm, is going to roll his eyes back and do his last channel divinity. And so we're going to split 35 points of health among us.
I'm in very decent shape. I don't need anything.
I'm not bad.
How much are you down by?
Well, if I would almost say don't do it, because I was just about to cast Cure Wounds on you, because I've got a hold of you.
Well, I can bring myself up pretty far and still take care of you.
Get yourself up as much as you can, though, and throw me the leftovers.
All right, so you get 5 points of healing.
Okay.
And I take 30 points of healing.
Yes.
The water moves faster and faster and faster. As the waves begin to turn, the water surrounding you becomes more and more white and frothy. Artemis, from your vantage, give me a perception check.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. I don't want to. Sick.
Out of box.
Okay. Still in the forest?
Yes.
Is perception, I said wisdom and something else, right?
That's right.
All right, so that is 19.
You kind of like turn your head towards the horizon, and you in fact see frothing, churning, spitting drops of water high into the air. A massive waterfall at the edge of a cliffside, which your friends are currently barreling towards. What do we want to do, everybody? What do we want to do? There's a waterfall coming.
I have both of these guys. I'm just gonna have. I want them to like just have one of my arms. I like give them each a forearm to grab onto, and I'm just trying to like get us as close to the surface as I can to grab onto a ledge or a weed.
Searching
or anything.
the embankments
and
for
even
anything.
though Drogar is exhausted, he will continue to try to do that.
Do you want to try to?
Can I do anything? Like,
do you have another entangle?
Yes.
So okay, here's what I'll say. Give me a dexterity saving throw to try to like place the entangle in the right place.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay, dexterity?
Yes, because you're trying to like find the place along the embankment that's going to help most bringing the vines out.
That's an 18.
18?
18.
Okay. Great. You, the three of you in the river, like to one side, you see these entangling vines like spring out of the gorge face and kind of wind themselves up within each other, creating like almost like a rock climbing wall to one side. If you want to try to make your way over that, I need another athletics check.
I'm trying to do that and drag them along with me.
Okay. Great. So then Kaz, give me Kaz. You would get advantage, but if you're trying to drag your friends along with you, give me a straight roll.
Oh.
Okay. Oh wait, sorry. So I would get advantage. So
either all three of you do it, or Kaz, you do it for everybody, and it's a straight roll.
And I don't want to do it because I would take disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
All right, fuck it. I'll do it. 15.
You struggle against the current, Kaz. Beating your wide. I mean, you're an adept swimmer, having been a sailor.
Yeah.
But this churning current of the river almost reminds you of like the worst storms you've seen at sea. The swirling to and fro. But you try power your way through the current, and at the last second, shoot out your arm and just grab onto one of the entangling vines, holding you in place as the river continues to try to draw yourselves towards the waterfall. So what do you want to do? That's where you are.
I'm holding on to this thing. I'm gonna try to get them all onto it. Like try to get Drogar.
Is just like, get Winnie up.
Okay,
he's like,
so then I'm going to call that the help action. So Winnie and Drogar give me athletics checks, trying to climb up the side of the
vines,
yeah.
Okay.
So this will be at advantage.
At advantage?
Yeah,
Right.
because Cass is
I have
helping.
disadvantage because I'm
So
exhausted.
it'll be a straight roll.
So straight roll. So I need to reroll because I rolled 2 dice.
15.
Okay, that's a 17 on the die.
Okay, you two just like drag your way up the side. Kaz helping them aloft. You are also going to take a level of exhaustion.
Dang!
Like just having to battle against the current, grab the vines, help your friends up. It's running as much as you want. You're all at this point like, you know? So then Kaz, now your friends are safe. Give me an athletics check as well.
Okay, this is gonna be a straight roll
So it'll
because
be a
my
straight
advantage is
roll.
canceled out. Yeah. Don't worry about it. 26.
You already rolled it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So the three of you manage to kind of like cling yourselves to the side of the cliff face, getting yourselves up out of the surface of the water. Pasha is like flitting back and forth, surrounding all of you as a bat.
And Drogar just like grabs him in midair and just like gently brings him down to him. Like he's like freaking out and he's like,
Okay, give me one last athletics check to try and get. So the vines will give you an easy enough time kind of getting up the gorge. Give me one more athletics check to get to the top.
I'm still really mad.
Straight roll?
Yes.
Even with my disadvantage.
With disadvantage. Unless, if anybody wants to like kind of help Drogar on the way up.
I mean, I've already helped you guys up the vines. I feel like it would make sense for me to be helping you guys. Like I'm staying at the rear.
So then it'll be straight roll for both of you.
Okay. It might. What are the things that are contributing to that being a straight roll? Because
Helping Drogar would give you disadvantage,
Okay.
and then giving you advantage. You have advantage on athletics checks, so it'll just be straight roll.
but I'm also exhausted, so maybe it would also.
Oh,
be
that's it. Yeah,
disadvantage,
exhausted plus. No. You're right. Helping
think-
doesn't do anything. It's exhausted plus your advantage, so it's just a straight roll.
Okay. In that case, I rolled a 17.
Great, Drogar
Sorry, 19.
with advantage. Straight roll.
Oh,
It's a 9.
5.
5. You guys make you're trying to like sprint. You like so you get to the edge of where the roots have sort of untangled. Fuck, that sucks. Helping them up, Kaz, you're doing your very best, but I think everyone is just exhausted by this point. And so Winnie and Drogar, you're trying to climb your way up the side of the gorge, but Winnie, part of the
falls out of my bag,
and you
I
reach back.
Yeah.
And you lose your grip as you reach back to get Tally-Ho. Drogar, part of the cliff, just tumbles away.
And I grab Tally-Ho.
You have Tally-Ho! But the two of you fall back to the river.
I'm jumping back in.
You're going back?
I've got to go. Yeah, I'm going for them.
Don't go.
No,
they fall-
All right.
No, and I as I'm falling, I look up at Kaz and I just, there's this kind of look in my eye that is like, don't.
Well, I'm angry, so
No,
I'm gonna
just
do
do
it.
it. Yeah,
And so,
okay.
like I might try to grab you on the way down. I don't know if I would have enough time to do anything, but
All right.
if I don't, I'm like with a very angry, frustrated sigh. Kaz leaps off and goes after them if they're gonna fall.
It's a valiant effort. But Artemis, you see your friends fall back into the river. Kaz dives
waterfall.
in back after them.
Yeah. You did your best, Artie.
I forgot about the waterfall.
Is there anything by the waterfall?
Everyone give me a Constitution saving throw as you are going over.
And I'm still
I
exhausted.
have
so
another
mine's gonna be a
spell slot.
disadvantage.
Can I slow their descent with another entangle?
Not out of the waterfall, no.
Out of the side of the cliff, there's roots, there's plants.
Give me another dexterity saving throw. Give me another dexterity saving throw.
This is ridiculous.
This is wild.
Dex, it's 15.
You again try to cause the vines to spring out of the cliffside, but it's just not enough. Your three friends tumble back. Constitution saving throw is Drogar, Kaz, and Winnie.
So Drogar, as he's like getting whipped around in the water, he just kind of takes his shield and he brings it up like right against his face, and he just grapples onto it with 2 hands as he sees this waterfall coming. Does he see Winnie anywhere near him?
I'm trying to scramble towards Drogar.
Okay, yeah. What was your con save?
I didn't roll it yet.
Okay.
I'm
we'll
RPing
say we can
before
kind of
then.
collect each other. Yeah, we'll say we can kind of collect each other. At least you two in the river.
So Drogar will pull Winnie behind the shield, with him on the backside and the shield in front, and we'll go, whatever happens, don't let go. It's an 11.
Winnie?
12.
Kaz?
Because I have disadvantage from exhaustion, I rolled a 15 and a natural 1.
Oh my god!
Artemis, you watch as your friends tumble over the side of the waterfall. The 3 of you, Drogar clutching onto Winnie, Kaz following close behind, Pasha like dive bombing as a little bat by the side. Find yourselves tumbling. Y'all are gonna take 33 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the water below.
So 16 for me.
I'm unconscious.
Oh no.
I'm unconscious.
Drogar?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm still
Artemis, yeah, you just watch your friends go over the side. What do you want to do?
Just like run up to the edge and just see if there's anything I can do.
It tumbles down into the mist. You can't see the bottom of the falls.
Just start making my way down.
Yeah.
Climbing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Kaz and Drogar pop up and like Winnie does not pop up.
Yeah, Drogar and Kaz. Poof, you get like blasted, smashing into the surface of the water. It feels like hitting concrete.
Yeah.
But you are able to fight when you hit the bottom, pull your heads back up above the water.
And I think,
Drogar, give me a grapple check. So an athletics check.
all right.
This is also gonna be disadvantageously.
No.
It's a 9.
You let go of Winnie as you collide with the surface of the water. In midair, Pasha transforms from a bat into a sea otter. And like dives into the water. Kaz and Drogar.
We still have tally-ho.
What do we want to try to do? So you've like collided and you're in the river. What do you want to try to do?
Is the river like relatively calm after the waterfall? Or is it still rapid?
Yes.
Okay, so I pop above the surface, exhausted, but I'm doing okay. So I try to get my bearings on the situation. I would assume that I see everybody except Winnie.
Correct.
So I'm trying to find Winnie.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Disadvantage because I'm still exhausted.
Jeez.
No. 4. 19 and a 3 on the dice.
You search the surface of the water, but there's just too much going on. I mean, with the churning of the currents, and you're kind of still seeing stars from taking that impact.
Yeah.
You know, so you just can't quite get your head around you.
If I can't see around the surface, I'm going to try to dive under.
Okay. Give me another athletics check.
Okay. Athletics?
Yeah.
I think too, once I get like...
Down to straight roll, I should reroll that.
Once I get like 30, 40 feet above the water, I'm gonna jump.
Into the river as well, like down the falls.
God!
What?
I rolled at a disadvantage because I forgot that I'm raging. So then I was like, oh wait, no, that should be a straight roll, so let me just re-roll it, and I rolled a natural 1.
Kaz, you dive into the river, searching frantically for Winnie. But in the churning of the surface, it's hard to tell how deep it is. So you dive, and you smack your head on a rock in the water, and you're gonna take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm not worried about keeping my rage going.
Yeah, right.
So at least it's only 5.
Drogar, anything?
Drogar is going to look above the water to see if he sees Winnie.
You don't.
And then Drogar is going to go under the water and look for Winnie.
Okay, give me a perception check. Disadvantage.
7.
Yeah, so you're both kind of like swept to the side. Drogar, you climb your way out, searching the surface. You can't see her. Kaz, you try to dive back in, but you collide with the bank of the river. There's just this moment of panic as you search the waves, but for a moment, just everything is...
So Drogar will ping. Drogar will like close his eyes and try to ping the Obi-Wan voice to Winnie and go, Winnie, where are you? Winnie, can you hear me? and he's not getting anything back.
Nothing back.
And he's gonna go into the water. He's gonna go back into the water. He's gonna keep looking for her. He's gonna dive into the water and just keep opening his eyes and looking, and he's not gonna get out of the water until he finds her.
So Kaz, after taking that blow, she hits that rock and realizes that she's like close to the bank or a rock or something that maybe she could potentially stand on. So at first there's this moment of rage as she, you know, when you're in a bad mood and you're like in a rush to leave and you like hit your head on like a cabinet or something and you just, your first instinct is to rip that cabinet door off.
Yes.
Even though you know you'll regret it later. So she has that moment. She at first it just has so much rage at the earth, but then is able to, or you know, tries her best to like keep it together and just stands up on this rock. And she's gonna keep looking for Winnie. She's gonna look again. And I do have my primal path is aspect of the eagle, so I do have the eyesight of an eagle.
Ah, excellent.
So I just like
Great,
I
give
keep
me
it
a
together. I
perception check.
stand up and I'm just looking for her. So do I? I still am getting disadvantage on this.
It's
But,
everybody has a level of exhaustion
Yeah,
at this
I'm
point.
still
Drogar, you have
everybody.
2.
yeah.
When did I get 2?
Oh, did you not? Oh, never mind.
I rolled 2 4s.
Oh
so
my God.
Fuck. Yeah, so you scan, search, panicked, but for a moment it's just quiet. Nothing but the sound of the rushing water. And then you see Pasha's little otter head burst above the stream, and you see Winnie's head bobble out too, as he just kind of like begins paddling his way over to the side of the river. And I imagine both of you kind of rushing forward.
Yeah.
You kind of gather them up, and everyone just kind of collapses by the bank of the river. And I think already, you know, at this time you've also made your way down, you and Sasha both. So we have a moment here at the side of the river as it rushes by. Everyone is panting and breathing deeply and exhausted. You have a moment here on the side of the river. Time is yours.
Drogar will take Winnie and just kind of like cradle her, and he'll just put a hand on her forehead, and you're gonna be saved. You are going to take 16 points of healing.
Pasha turning back into his human form, from bat to sea otter to boy again. Oh my gosh, are you okay?
I don't like wolves! I don't like water! I don't like it here anymore!
It's okay. It's okay, Winnie. We're safe now. We made it. We made it.
I don't feel very safe at all. I don't feel very safe at all.
This is the safest. I know. It's okay. We're not. None of us are, but we're together, and that's the safest we can be. You're okay. You're okay.
I'm gonna just curl up like a little baby in Drogar's arms, just like a little tiny kid.
Pasha, I don't know if you have any healing, but I cannot hold the group up as I am.
He walks over to you and he kind of like puts 2 hands on either side of your sort of forearm. You're so cold. You're never cold. I don't know if I can help.
Pasha.
What? Let me see what I can do. And he closes his eyes and he sort of bears down and he just has both of his hands kind of like clapped around your forearm. You all stand with bated breath as Pasha like focuses.
Drogar dies.
I feel like I see that on your face, Ned. Like, is now the time?
I knew this day would come.
I'm always waiting for the right time to just die.
Kill my character.
Is this it?
What level is it? What level? We're 7 still?
7.
We're 7 still.
Yeah. Can't
Is
do it.
he has enough.
Can't do it. He can't do it.
I think that like
He will. You can feel him at first trying to like take some of that exhaustion out of you, but he can't do it. But he does. You do feel like the relief as those weaving magics flow into you. You are going to receive 15 points of healing.
Nice.
Wow.
Take that.
I tried.
Shh. You did better than good. Thank you. Winnie, are you alright?
I'm still just curled up, and I'm gonna just reach up with one little hand and just like scoop around his neck, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you too. And so you take 9 more And then I'm just gonna hold on.
And so with that 9 extra points, Drogar just goes, and he puts a knee underneath him, and he stands up, and he's got the shield underneath Winnie, like attached to his arm, so she's like cradled in the shield, and he just kind of like holds her close to his chest, and he pulls out his mace, and he's like, guys, we cannot stay here.
You can talk to Kasle all you want. It's just, she is so, like, I think the exhaustion kind of takes her out of her rage, and because she's been, like, pulled out of it by something else, like, typically when she exits a rage, it exits with one final push, and she's sort of, like, forced to do that almost unnaturally.
Yeah.
She grabs, like, a rock and, like, just smashes it on the bank, and it shatters, and instead of, like, falling to her knees and meditating like she normally does, she falls, like, just onto all fours and is just breathing heavily, just, like, you can practically see steam rising off of her. Yeah.
So Drogar steps over to her and just drops to a knee again and goes, would you hold this for a moment? And he hands her Valandril. Just don't throw it.
You would not expect the speed that comes out of her given where she is, but I think she just, like, she shoots a hand out and just, like, presses it against a rock nearby her and says, give me a damn minute.
Right, take your time.
You hear, like, the clang, like, sparks fly off as, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I think then, Artie comes and, like, bends down to Kaz and is like, come, Kasle, we have no time, I'm sorry. And just, like, kind of pulls you up. And
Those wolf howls, her head just, like, as she's, like, as a flat hand is pressing Valandril against some rock, she hears that and her head just shoots up and she looks and she just takes a deep breath and just, you see all of that anger, like, swirling around her, and she just stands up and you say that and she just nods.
And then Artie looks at everyone and just kind of goes, well, I think you're still kind of being cradled by Drogar, so he kind of, like, gives Drogar the nod, like, keep Winnie safe, and then goes, we gotta move. And then him and Sasha, again, take lead.
Okay. You continue. Oh, this is great. You continue your way on. It is a tough going. All of you are exhausted.
Yeah. I think that, like, I think Drogar is able to, I feel like we're still at the bottom of, like, an embankment that we have to crawl up. And I think feeling like Drogar's struggle, at some point in the crawl up that embankment, I'm gonna slink out of, like, my cradle hold from behind the shield, and I'm gonna be, like, also crawling and, like, pushing Drogar up. I'm gonna get out, feeling how exhausted he is.
So we're trying to climb
one of his hands and, like, helping it up or something. Like.
And then
Yeah,
we're
all
you see
just
these
helping each other get
you
up.
see these
Yeah.
dragon claws, like, dig into the earth and just, like, and then we zoom out and he's only 2 feet up the wall.
Wait, so we're climbing back up?
You just kind of, like, up to level ground.
Yeah.
From the embank.
Which way is the river going?
Oh, which way is the river going?
The river
over a waterfall. We all went
flows
over a waterfall.
southeast.
We're going whichever way we got.
Whichever way the river is, we have to follow the river because that means...
Does that flow to Kresk? Do we know?
That's
Like,
what
do they
that's the
have,
direction
like,
we're heading.
we were heading east.
Give me a nature check.
Yeah.
Give me a nature
A
check.
nature check?
Yeah, because Kaz asks you that. As people are starting to go up the embankment, she
Dude, we
grabs you
just
by the...
take an Uber shortcut?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so as people are starting to climb up, Kaz grabs you by the shoulder, Artie, and says, which way is the river going?
I get a good bonus on it.
I gave you the good dice.
I gave you the...
Listen, you've been ripping
you
tonight,
gave me the
Tyler.
shit
It's gonna
dice.
happen
I gave you
eventually.
2 dice back.
I threw one of them. Again.
There's going to be a lot of dice at the end of my hallway right now.
That's a 12.
You think, judging by the size of this, you figure that this has to be the Raven River, which will ultimately flow south of Kresk. Here's the cave up here.
Okay.
You're now somewhere along this river.
Okay, and
So it'll
Kresk
kind of
is-
empty out down here, south of
And-
Kresk. Kresk is right here.
Oh, so we might as well ride it out. So I think, yeah, I look at everyone. I was like, let's keep a lookout. But I think we can ride this most of the way to Kresk.
If there is a tree or a log or something, if it's dead already, Kaz will just try to grab it and dump it in the water. If it's still alive, she'll try to rip it out by its
trying
roots.
to make a boat?
But she's like...
Something quick to hang on to, yeah.
Her rage technically ended, but she's like still very much like, you know, if a rage is at 100, she's still at a 99.
Okay. Cool.
So she approaches something that floats.
Give me a perception check.
And gets real mad. Disadvantage because I'm still fucking exhausted.
So we all have a level of exhaustion.
Correct. Everybody has a level.
Take a guidance.
Okay, so then that's
so
it's
a disadvantage on all ability checks.
Out of the box.
Plus a 4.
Out of the box. Well, hopefully.
No,
plus a 1.
Everybody.
Okay.
Ability checks.
All right, that's
just ability checks. Just ability checks right now.
That's a 7. 7 perception.
7?
Yeah. This whole disadvantage thing.
There are really lots of trees surrounding the embankment, but nothing like loose. You'd have to like chop down a tree if you wanted to make a makeshift raft. But there's nothing. But that would take time.
Then that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna try to either fucking uproot or chop down a tree.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Because she's getting mad already. She's like already. So yeah. So let's just pull the trigger and say she has entered a rage again.
You need metal dice, Tyler.
So she's back in the rage.
Send him away.
Back in the rage, so athletics. So this is going to be a straight roll because disadvantage from exhaustion. All right, it's a 15.
15?
Yeah.
You go over to one of these, the trunks of a tree close to the bank of the river, and you just, you start chopping away. The trees are still pretty sturdy in Barovia, but you manage to get through it in before too much time elapses, but the howls still as you're chopping it closer and closer. But eventually the tree, it does fell and like tips over one end of it already into the river. So you're just all like grabbing on and like
grab on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't mean to sound so angry, but I am. It's not at you, but grab on. Damn it.
Okay, awesome. Just as it tips over into the river, and you're all sort of like clambering onto it, just grabbing hold of it to kind of use it as a flotation device.
Yep.
Emerging from the tree line, lumbering, becomes an enormous werewolf, jet black fur. And he just makes his way out of the tree line, flanked on either side by 3 other werewolves. And dire wolves and wolves just kind of come pouring out of the woods on either side of the river as you're like pushing the trunk into the water stream. And he's like this 8 feet tall, this werewolf. He just stands there. And you all kind of pile in and begin down the river.
I yell back to him, "Fuck off!"
Kaz, who I'm presuming still take just like this whole thing, she's just been at the rear of our party this whole time. She's sticking with that. I'm assuming just like gets herself like straddling the very trailing tip of this log and whatever the medieval fantasy equivalent of like the middle finger is just like riding this log, just going.
That's so great. So you all pile in, like grabbing onto this tree. That's so great. That's such a good idea. Piling on. So you start taking the current, like carries you away from the waterfall. All of you grabbing onto this trunk, and the werewolves start sort of like the werewolves and the wolves and the dire wolves begin like keeping pace with you along the bank of the river. Give me a survival check, everybody, to try and like hold on to this thing, and that's still gonna be a disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Different dice.
Okay.
It's a skill challenge.
Yeah, right.
Yay!
Survival. Okay, so 14, even with disadvantage.
Disadvantageously.
Yeah. Rolled a
14.
Yeah.
That is a 24.
24. This is gonna be an aggregate roll.
Okay.
Just so we all know.
That was a natural 20
and
a 12
No. For
12's not bad.
for a 13.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
And Winnie?
For a natural 20!
That's a natural 20 and a 7
No.
for an 11.
Okay.
All above 10.
Okay. Cool.
24. 24 is what I got.
24. All right. So you're kind of like riding this log down the riverbank. And it's sloshing back and forth in the current, and on both sides of the river, the wolves just kind of keep pace. You know, they're like claws digging at the soft earth of the embankments, keeping pace with you. Eventually, things kind of level out. The forest falls away. The earth gets flatter, and you can begin to see off in the distance the old Svalich Road. You know you must be getting close. On the south bank is the enormous werewolf. On the north bank, which is the direction of Kresk, is some wolves and direwolves. What do you want to do?
At whatever point of this river is shortest distance as the crow flies to Kresk, I'm trying to push us onto whatever bank is closer to Kresk.
Sure, give me an athletics check as you like kind of try to steer and direct this massive log as a raft.
I'm like pushing the log, like trying to push it while you're dragging it in the right direction.
Straight roll because rage and guidance.
Yep.
While this is happening, can I be like getting on top of the log and ripping shots off at the
yes, great. Give me an acrobatics check to get up there.
Okay.
Dang, what was it you asked me to roll?
Athletics.
This is gonna be stupid. That's a 30.
That's the highest one!
That's the highest roll.
What do we got?
Well, I rolled a nat 20. But then with disadvantage.
Yo!
So yeah, 9, which gets me to 19.
That'll call it. Yeah. So
That was
Artemis.
That was not a nat 20. That was an 18 on the die plus a 4 on the guidance plus my plus 8.
Ooh.
So Artemis, you whip yourself up and you're like standing on top of the log, kind of surfing, and you just whip around, pulling arrows from your quiver and just loosening them and picking off wolves, just like picking off wolves from either side of the river. They drop and fall away.
Concentrate on the north too, because I know that's where we gotta go.
Okay, great. Roll me a d6.
Okay,
Nice.
3.
3 wolves just fall to the wayside and pass their way back. And Kaz, how do you direct this enormous log in the current of the river?
So she's watching. She sees like Kresk peeping up in the corner of her vision and is watching all these wolves and just takes like 3 deep breaths, and on the last one just lets out a and like runs back towards the front, like bear hugs the front of this log, and her legs are off to the side, and she just like kicks off a rock and sends it off to the correct shore.
Yeah, the tree trunk slams into the bank of the river, and all of you get jolted and kind of clamber out onto the north bank. There are still a couple of scattered wolves, but not enough to form a threatening presence as Artemis picked them off. So they actually just kind of scatter. So your way is clear to the north bank. What do we want to do?
Run.
Yep.
Run toward Kresk.
Athletics check, everybody.
I take Winnie up and I put her on my back, and I.
Then Winnie, you don't have to make one. If you just go up on
Okay.
Wow, that's 2 16s.
Nice.
That's literally 2 16s on the die.
Balanced out because of the rage. I got an 11, and that's a 19.
So that's a 16.
Great. 16.
19.
19. 9. Okay, so your compatriots start moving their way across the north bank, trying to head towards Kresk desperately. Artemis, maybe you stay behind a little bit just to cover the retreat. And as your friends barrel towards the north bank, trying to rush towards Kresk, you kind of stand on the riverbank, maybe drawing an arrow back. As on the south bank, the wolves kind of like all converge. The werewolves, at least, leaping their way across, clearing the river in its entirety. Boom! Coming to rest on the bank, on the same bank you are. The rest of the wolves kind of begin paddling their way. And Artemis, you like level your bow, and the head werewolf, Kiril, you assume, comes charging and leaps through the air, and he looks like he's about to barrel down right on top of you until an arrow catches him in the shoulder blade and he falls back to the earth. You whip your head around, and arrayed on the far side, emerging from the trees, the Rangers, the Kreskov Rangers, releasing a volley of arrows. The like wolves, direwolves, werewolves all get like blasted with a volley of arrows, and they sort of begin to fall back as Asher steps forward from his arrayed flank of archers. He, Kiril seems undeterred even though multiple arrows strike his body. Asher steps forward. He reaches back to a sword hilt on his back, shing, pulls out one and whirls it above his head, bringing his hands together. Whing! Bring 2 dual scimitars to bear.
And Drogar, as he's running forward, he goes, he like looks at Asher and he goes, "Focus on the big one! On the big one!"
Asher rushes forward and like whirls like a tempest through the air, slicing and slashing at the werewolves, kind of keeping them at bay as you all make your way up the gates. Asher, he turns to you all and says, "Go to the city, go!" And him and his rangers continue holding the werewolves at bay, and you make your way. The gates come into sight, and you pass over the threshold behind the walled city of Kresk, and finally, you are within the city of Kresk.
Woo! Yikes. Yikes. But what about Asher and the rest of us?
I know, do they need help?
Yeah. Like, I'd like climb to the top of the wall and start supporting them. If
A few months, they're sort of doing like a skirmishing retreat. Like a couple of them will fall back, fire a few arrows to give suppression fire for the other ones to fall back. You know, they're kind of like defense in detail, so to speak.
Yeah.
They're very. In fact, give me a perception check, everybody.
It's still exhausted, so yeah.
10.
10. 10 for me too.
19.
Wow, Winnie.
15.
Great. Winnie, you managed to see, they're very good at this. They're like falling back in detail, keeping them at bay, drawing slowly back towards the city, and eventually all of you make your way back inside and the doors close.
Are they still out front of the gate?
They are.
Do they need anything?
The Kreskov
Do
Rangers?
they need help?
Wait, yeah, when you said they are still out front,
Are they
did you mean
still
the
out front?
werewolves?
I meant the werewolves.
The werewolves are still up.
So
But the
Drogar
Rangers
will
are
make
not.
his
The
way
Rangers
up.
are inside.
Okay.
Drogar will make his way up to the top. And whoever is not Kiril, but whoever's like his right-hand man or whatever werewolf is there, Drogar will burn his last third level guiding bolt and
Send it
just,
away. Roll the hit.
just send it at him.
Come on.
Nope.
What is it?
It's not enough. It's not enough. It just... And it, like,
You get up there, and Asher is the last one back to the wall with his dual scimitar still whirling wildly, and like one leaps at him, but it's distracted enough as your guiding bolt like slams into the earth behind it.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't hit him, but it hits the ground and like...
Yeah, clicks and paws, and he's able to give a
and
flurry of
fly up.
blows,
Yeah.
and then turn and run back. It's like as the gates are closing, Asher like tucks and rolls and like dives through the closing doors and comes to rest like superhero pose.
And like Drogar just stands on top of the wall looking at the werewolves and just goes... and walks like...
You again see the massive 8-foot-tall jet black werewolf make his way up, and again he just snarls at you.
He's just standing up there, like doesn't have time for any of that. He's just, bugger off. And he just kind of like walks down these stone parapets, like down off the meadow.
And I think we call it there. Wow, fun stuff, everybody! Fun stuff! That was really exciting! Strahdcast features Campbell O'Hare as Winnie, Ned Pryce Iannacone as Drogar, Kay Devine-Jones as Kaz, Tyler Kanter as Artemis, and me, Trevor William Fayle, as your DM. What are you buying, patron? A special shout out to our newest patrons, A Singular Teapot, Michael Hyde, Madeline Gardenhire, and Abby Bourbon. If you're not ready to support us financially, there are still plenty of ways to help us out. You can follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Critical Fail DM, binge Madness and Mercy on our YouTube channel, and join us there every other Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time when we do live listens of new episodes of the Strahdcast. Or rate and leave us a review wherever you like to listen. Thanks, Dungeoneers, and take your day with advantage.